It comes down to this in the A division, the final series, and it is going to be the Evil Empire against the Big Hawks. Welcome to the Rshl, as one of these teams looking to defend their title, the other looking to take it away. The Evil Empire, after having a very hard-fought series, gets a chance to get the Carolina Cup this season. Big Hawks looking to defend, and for this one, really, it's going to come down to skill this time around. Last time was about discipline, which will still have to be one of the things that we'll have to look out for. But remember that this is some of the best shooters in the league. We're talking top level. And with some new additions on each side, we'll see if the new talent can bring anything in. We'll go to the breakdown. We'll start with the Evil Empire. For this time, I'm going to go to Colleen Murphy. Now, she's only played in 3 games this season, mainly because she has some other obligations, and I'll talk about that later, but she comes in with 1 goal, 1 assist, 4 penalty minutes, 2 points in total. So because of the attendance record, of course her numbers are going to be a bit low, but don't underestimate her as she has national level talent. For the Big Hawks, we're going to go to David Lane. Yes, he has been in the league for quite a while, but this is one of the newer additions to the Big Hawks. It comes in tied with Steve Nato at 11 points, coming in at 7 goals, 4 assists. But the Big Hawks will have to keep an eye on their back end, as John Cowan, even though has a 2.8 goal against average, his save percentage is hovering around 850. So with that, Game 1 of the A Division Final is next. Officials for Game 1, Derek Hale, Josh Hale, and Paul Pelka. These two teams very familiar. They have met in the final before. As we are underway in Game 1 of this series. Off the boards, David Lane, the guy we're going to be keeping an eye on for this game. As it's sent around the board, Steve Marino trying to play off the boards.
Go, Ryan, go, Ryan, go!
Give it away to Ryan Wright, gets it off before he falls to the ground. Tries to cross over. Lee Rainers takes control off the boards. Lane once again. Crosses the blue line, shot wide. Steve Nato tries a shot, that is blocked. Go. On the attack is Eric Hoffman, gets around Brian Hooks, right corner. Trying to avoid a defenseman, looking at a double team, gets away from one, goes back to the corner, centers up, no one available. Ethan Giangreco on the left circle, shot and a save by John Cowan. Tries another shot, that one grazes the crease. Brian Hooks trying to get away from Ethan Giangreco, tries to go up. Kept in, but off the stick of Steve Marino. Back out it goes, a minute gone in Game 1. Ethan gets a poke check from Brian Hooks. Back it goes to Gino. Winds up with a slap shot and a blocker save by Cowan. Colleen Murphy gets away from Brian Hooks. Tries center for Ethan. Gets blocked, shot, and a pass save covered by John Cowan.
Almost!
The past 2 division titles have been Evil Empire and the Big Hawks defending their title this season. Empire looking to get it back as they clear down the floor, but this is going to be an ice.
Good hustle. Good hustle.
Toss up. Goes right back to the Big Hawks, trying to shake off Barry Modi. Does get away in its own circle. Stretches, overstretches. Gino stretches back up to Sean Cassidy. Now over to Barry Modi, trying to chase it down. Now try to center up. That is blocked by Rainers and a slash by Cowan. Gave a jab to Barry Modi. Well, nothing's going to come out of this, but I would imagine they're going to give Cowan a little warning for that. And that goes to shot score! Dan Greco from the point. The shot from the blue line and a 1-0 lead for the Empire. Won by the Big Hawks. Taking a quick look is Ennis. Get it all tied up and now back over to Rainers. Play off the board. Looking to control. Decides to poke it ahead. Gino will play off the boards. Try to get to Ethan and it's back to Gian Greco. Gino, that is. Ennis will try again. Overstretches it. Back to Gino. Will play off the boards. Intended for Reich. Instead gets Ethan. He will push it down the floor behind the net where Ennis will take control. Goes right. Shepard. Wow, bad turnover here. Ethan will try to take control, but a good defensive play by Ennis. Shepard gives it back to Lee Rainers. Takes a check from Eric Hoffman. Tries to stretch up to the left boards. Now crosses. Greg Shepard will try again on the attack. As Riordan has an option, goes off the leg. He'll try to back himself. Drop pass to Ennis. Hot off the stick. Turnaround shot. Score! Matt Riordan! Gets the Big Hawks back in the game, 1-all. A turnaround shot, and I don't know if Parlanti was expecting that one. Not too often that they just spin around and take the shot, as it is usually a blind shot, but he finds his way through this time. As Ennis will play out the boards, NATO will wind up for a shot, blocked by Robin Jocks. Back to NATO, he'll put it on net and covered by Parlanti. On the draw, it's going to go back to Robin Jocks. Plays off the boards, knocked down by NATO. Murphy the other way for the Empire. Crosses to Barrett Modi. Off the right boards. Trying to avoid the back check. Now pushed along the boards. Trying to look for Murphy again. Gives it away. They cross the zone. Here comes David Lane for the Hawks. Shot, glove save. Look out! Wow! Coming to the rescue was Robin Jocks. What was a bad bounce for Greg Parlanti, but this is still a 1-all game. NATO centers hot off the foot of Matt Riordan. Well, take a shot and that goes off the stick and behind the net. Tried to center up, rolled off the stick and just avoids a high scoring chance. Back it goes. Looking for a shot, save, and coming loose as everyone was whacking at it, and it will be an ice against the Empire. Back it goes to the Hawks as Hoffman went down around the left corner. Gino D'Angreco trying to get away. Plays up to Reich, trying to avoid that slot area. Bad place to be when you're in your defensive end. Hooks, plays up, winds up, fakes the shot, takes one, and off the pad of Parlanti. Giangreco tries to clear, unable, gets away from one, back to Rainers. At the point, slap shot is blocked and caught by Parlanti. They clear, and this will be, they're gonna say play it. They wave off the ice as they felt they could have played the ball, so we continue on. Riordan through center. Looking at two black jerseys, holds up just outside the circle, waits for everybody to get the position, now crosses over. Waiting at the point, now plays off the boards, looking for Tim Corrigan. Gets tied up by Robin Jocks. Gets pushed to the outside, tries center up, interrupted by Ethan Giangreco. The Rainers and Ethan Giangreco getting tied up with each other behind the net. Getting some help from Steve Marino, tries to clear, gave it away to Riordan. Back it goes to Shepard at the point, now a return back to Riordan. Shepard again. Waits for it, shot is blocked by Eric Hoffman. Riordan trying to get away. Coming towards us is Reich and Ennis. Trying to push it back in the zone, but Reich is going to clear down the floor. Cowan will drop it off to Shepard. Both teams make a change. And this again will play left. Will play down the floor. As the Empire will try to finish their change. Nino trying to set her up, blocked by Chris Young. Back to Colleen Murphy. She'll go on the attack along with Baramoti. Looking at a double team, poke check. And we're offside anyway, as Shepard will play up to Ennis. The Empire reorganizing, stretches to Baramoti on the left side. He'll take a shot wide the net. Colleen Murphy on the right corner, tries center to Modi. Overshot it as it'll be back the other way for the Hawks. Young on the right end boards, getting covered by Jacques. Centers to David Lane, getting tied up by Gino Giangreco. Back to the point to Ennis. Now goes left, back to Ennis at the center line. That bad pass puts it across the line as Brian Hooks has to go back and reset. Now it goes up to David Lane, poke check by Ryan Reich. They re-enter the zone but have to go it away. Gino getting pressure by David Lane. Now we'll play up to Colleen Murphy on the right. Centers to Ryan Reich. He'll go through the neutral zone. Along with Baramoti, looking at a triple team, goes left to Modi. He'll take a shot, and that one just a little wide. From the boards, they will clear. Trying to hold on as Modi could not play it. They were still offside. But it won't matter as it is an icing against the Hawks.
How long do you need? 15, 20 seconds.
Won by the Hawks. Attempted clear. Gets across the center line. Hidden look out. Here they come. Takes a shot, save Parlanti. Back it goes. Riordan with a shot. Another save. Another chance blocked by Jocks. He'll try another chance from the right side. Shot, pass save by Parlanti. Tries again. Cleared away by Jocks. He's been doing well on the defensive side today, as that is poked back in by Hooks. Nato up to Riordan. Have yet to cross the zone. Now they do. Centers to Riordan and it goes hot off his stick. 3 minutes left in the first period. Back it goes. Looks for a shot just wide of the net. Perhaps looking for a tip from Nato. Murphy will move in. Murphy will just clear down the floor, and it is an ice. Well, Robin Jocks has been doing very well on the defensive side. He's been there to aid Parlanti on the far end post. Tie up on the draw, goes back to the Empire. Gino attempts to clear, glove down, but they can't play it because it would have been a hand pass. Back it goes over to Hoffman from the right circle. Tries a shot, save, rebound, and it goes to the right corner. They'll just play around. Steve Marino at the point. He'll take a shot, pad save. Back to Marino. He'll try to go up to Ethan Giangreco, glove down. Stretch pass intended for Corrigan, and it will be an ice against the Hawks.
Yeah. Russian judge gave me a 10. Come on, team.
Tie up goes to the umpire. Shot save. Could not get the rebound chance. Young the other way, intended to push that up. Gino kept the zone. Centers to Reich at the blue line. Shot save by Cowan. They will clear away. Here comes Young throwing on the Jets. He takes the stick from Gino. We continue on. Back it goes. Rainers thinks about it. Shot is blocked by Reich. Gets it back. Shot. Save. Rebound. Too wide of an angle to get a shot. A minute left in the first period. Centers up again. Interrupted by Modi. He'll take control. Throw the Jets to the other end. Drop pass at a bad one. He gave it away to Rainers. And now the Hawks back the other way. They'll just dump it to the opposite corner. And they will make a change. Gino Giangreco with 40 seconds left has time for another rush. Left to Cassidy. Poke back in. Gino Giangreco resets and will try again off the stick of Reich. NATO for the Big Hawks through center. Takes a shot, glove save by Parlanti. Giangreco circles around, tries to go to Reich, interrupted by NATO. They race for control. NATO cuts him off and will take it. 15 seconds left in the first period. Right corner is NATO. Trying to look for a centering pass, can't find one. Goes around. Chris Young on the left corner, centers up again off a foot of a black jersey. Pokes it back. Time for a shot from Young. That's blocked in the screen, and that will be the period. A very good first period from both sides offensively. 1-all after 1. As I mentioned at the top, Colleen Murphy has only played a few games this season with the Empire, but that was because that she does play with the National Women's Hockey League, and she is now a member of the Metropolitan Riveters, which are based in New Jersey. So anyone in the New England region want to see her in action, she'll be around there very soon. Meanwhile, we are back underway. Second period, centers up for Riordan, looking for a chance and can't get one on net. He was doing a little too much there as it hops to the stick of Brian Hooks. He'll have to chase this one down on the other end. He'll take a look and will now play off the boards. Stretch pass. Looking for an opening. Now we'll take a shot blocked by Marino, glove down by Murphy. We'll try to find an opening. Instead, it goes back to Gino. Now centers back to Colleen Murphy. Off the stick and finds Hoffman. He'll hit the brakes, trying to look for some help. Instead, we'll reverse, and now we'll center up looking for Modi. Gets to him from the right circle. Now we'll play upwards to Colleen Murphy. Right corner, pestered. Getting tied up in the corner. Now we'll get away. Leaves it from Modi. Having a hard time getting out of that corner. Back to Murphy, gets cut off by Ennis, and will now go into possession of the Big Hawks, but instead hits the ceiling, and this will be coming back. Tie-up will go to, we're still looking for a winner here. And finally pops out to Gino Giangreco, but it is poked away down the floor. Ryan Reich trying to get away, does. Robin Jocks gets warning of the approach of Greg Shepard and gets out to Hoffman. Stretch pass intended for Modi. They do have the zone, pops up, glove down by Ryan Reich. May have a chance here if he can settle it down. Placed between the legs, back it goes to Hoffman. He'll take a shot just a little high at the frame. And I don't know where that one was going. I don't think that was Reich that made that shot. Back it goes to Jacques. He'll take a shot that goes wide. Back to Modi on the opposite side. Pestered by Rainers, and now we'll try to look for Gian Greco. Back it goes to Eric Hoffman at the point. Now I'll just dump it into the end boards. Reich takes it behind the net, off the side of the net, and covered by Cowan.
You look like one.
Won by the Big Hawks. As Rainers tries to look for an opening. Was gloved down by Jacques, but here's a 2-on-1 for David Lane. Pass is right, shot, just wide, rebound, score! A broken play, but David Lane completes it and will take a 2-1 lead for the Big Hawks. Well, it wasn't exactly the plan, but it worked out either way. The original shot went wide, but at the perfect place for David Lane to pick up the rebound. Won by the Big Hawks as they now take a 2-1 lead. Lane will take a shot blocker save. Back to the point. Lee Rainers tries to settle the ball down. Now we'll play all the boards. Crosses. Intends that one for Nato. Batted back over to Brian Hooks at the point. Turnaround shot that's blocked. Picked up by Lane. Is pushed back across the center line. They have to reset. Hooks up to Riordan. Goes wide. David Lane shoots it on the end boards. Back over to Steve Nato on the left corner. Tries to center up and off a foot and over to Parlanti, who will cover. And toss up for control goes to the Empire, but it hits the ceiling. We're going to do it again. It's going to go to the Big Hawks this time. Hooks with a shot save. Parlanti. It goes to the right corner. Getting tied up. Shot is wide from Chris Young. Taking a couple of looks. Over to help is Marino. And Hoffman knew that pass was off target as it comes back down to the Empire floor. Marino over to Jackson, and now up to Eric Hoffman. Stretches up, overstretch Baron Modi. Chris Young taps up. Corrigan will take the shot, and that one just grazed off of Parlanti. Settling it down, now back to Hooks. They'll try a shot, just a little wide. Rebound and missed it. Oh, Chris Young was settled outside. Shot, score! Brian Hooks on a falling slap shot, salutes the troops, and will make it a 3-1 game. Shepard will lift it, just graze the ceiling. This is coming back.
Go guys, we'll get down here.
Back it goes to the Big Hawks. Rainers directing traffic, and now he'll take it himself. He'll try a long bomb, just a little high, bounces in front of Parlanti. Rushing in was Riordan, could not find an opening, as Hoffman will take it the other way. Crosses the zone, now over to Baron Modi. Tries to tap it to himself, gets cut off by Lee Rainers. Behind the net to Tyler Ennis. And will play upwards, cut off by Eric Hoffman. Playing around, Ennis. Back and forth with Lee Rainers. And down the floor is Comp, and he is going to get a boarding penalty here. Robin Jocks apologizing, but it's going to be a boarding call. By the way, I misspoke earlier. Jacob Ennis. I keep mixing those names up. Back it goes to the Empire, and up towards the ceiling. We continue on. Well, it hit the ceiling anyway, so this is going to stay in the Empire zone. Toss up for control, goes over to the Hawks. Rayners with a shot, save Parlanti, try to get a rebound, cut off by Steve Marino. He'll try to pass it towards the slot, gets tied up by Wright. Riordan from the corner takes a look, decides to go point, Rayners. Now returns it over to Riordan. From the circle, shot blocked by Reich, pops out and backhanded out of the zone. Rayners will settle it down as the Hawks reset on the power play. Hooks over to Riordan, goes left. Nato waiting, and now will tap back. Rayners at the point, slap shot, goes wide. And Parlanti not taking any chances here. He'll just try to kill some time. Won by the Empire. Gino will clear down the floor and will kill more time. Brian Hooks will take a look. Plenty of room for him to work with. Now he'll stretch it up. Now look out, Rayners. Had Ryan Reich on approach pretty fast, but he'll get it off to the right. Returns back to Rayners at the point. Now back to Brian Hooks. Has one of the goals so far. Now plays right to the circle. Tries a shot, pad save by Parlanti. 10 seconds left on the power play. Down the floor goes. That should kill off the remainder of the penalty. 5 seconds left. They're going to try one more time. Well, it's going to be an offside. And this will be back at the neutral zone, but the penalty is over. However, Jocks has to remain in the box till the drop.
Yeah, I'm going here.
One of you guys has to...
And the penalty is over. Hoffman going in for Jocks as the Big Hawks settle it down. Trying to protect the 2-goal lead. Now stretches right to Young. Hops his stick and out of play. Won by the Big Hawks. Ennis will just play around the boards, racing it down. Is Robin Jocks. Gets a little tied up. Trying to shake him off, and now we'll get it away. Hoffman on the left boards. Trying to shake off Greg Shepard in the neutral zone. He did cross the center line, so the Hawks had to reset anyway. Goes right to Baron Modi. Avoids Rayners. Goes to the right corner. Lost control back behind the nets. Rayners will start the attack one more time for the Hawks. It was intended for Ennis, eludes him. We'll try again, and this time Robin Jocks for the Empire. Over to Colleen Murphy. Gets around, whoa, gets tripped on there, but we continue on. They ruled it accidental. As that goes down for a nice. Well, very unfortunate for the Empire. But they would love to have a power play, but they did not feel the need to assess one here. Won by the Hawks is Hooks with a shot and a pad save with the toe by Greg Parlanti, and they're gonna call an ice here. tie up. And attempted shot from NATO got blocked. Modi trying to settle it down, having a hard time. And now here come the Hawks. It is Chris Young along the boards. Back it goes to Hook shot wide of the net. As Parlanti was screened on the play, he did not go down for the save. Another shot goes wide. NATO trying to get around Jocks. Now try center. Off a body. Look out here as it's in the slot. Colleen Murphy trying to get away. David Lane on pursuit. And he will get a penalty here. And David Lane is going to be assessed a tripping penalty. And Captain Brian Hooks disagrees with it. I'm sure that his inner ref is just going ballistic right now. But in any case, the Empire are going on the power play.
Halfway through, come for Eric.
Won by the Hawks and immediately cleared down the floor. But look out, here comes Tim Corrigan on the attack. The bench warning them as that goes out of play. That was really not what the Empire needed.
Hey, let's get control. Let's go.
This is going to go to the boards as Modi got tied up with Hooks. Shot going wide from Corrigan. They head back to the boards at a big collision. We continue on. Modi again from the right circle. Shot off the shoulder of Cowan. 50 seconds left. Back it goes to Gino. He'll try a shot just wide the net. Hooks tries to get away, and he's looking for a call. He's seeing it graze the ceiling, but he's not getting something. As it is fed to the slot, back it goes. Miscommunication. Back to Murphy. Left circle. Tries to go for Gino. It's blocked, and down it goes. And Parlanti tries to settle it down. Stretched. It hit the safety net. He's got to get back quickly. But they're going to instead focus on killing the clock. But they will take a shot. Glove saved by Parlanti. And we got time for one more shot for the Empire as Ethan just put it off a glove, and that should kill the remainder of the period. So the Big Hawks start to put their offense in and take control with a 3-1 lead after 2. Still time for the Empire to get back in this game. They still have just a little bit of time left on the power play. Only a 2-goal lead. They can still come back from this. 23 seconds left on the power play as we get back underway. Gino will trot it up. Now he'll play right. Gets Eric Hoffman on the right boards. Now he'll try to fight for it. Shot, score! It's Ryan Wright. Through again with a power play goal. That was just what the Empire needed. The Ryan Reich, who got the game winner back in the semi, comes through. And now a 1-goal lead for the Hawks. And turned it over. Corrigan with a backhand. That's a great catch by Chris Young, whose stick went flying off a stick lift. As the Big Hawks reset. Ennis will play off the boards and now finds Tim Corrigan, gets pestered by Hoffman. Right, trying to settle it down. Now we'll give it away. Big Hawks back on the attack. Wrist shot bouncing wide. Hoffman behind his own net and on pursuit from behind. Nearly turned it over. As the Hawks reset back at the blue line, Shepard carries in, shot, pass saved by Parlanti. And attempted clear fails, Riordan settles it down. Rayners with a shot stick save, and covered by Parlanti.
It's such a nice move and pass, man.
Yeah, that was personal. I said it's like so a lot of their guys
Tie up. Going straight to the net, getting tied up in the slide. It is clear down the floor. They're going to call no icing as Rayners can play. So with the goal from Ryan Reich, that now gives him double digits in goals. He's now at 10. Poke check, and Wall goes down looking for a call, none provided. Whoa, you be the judge of that one as that goes down the floor. It is an ice against the Hawks. Whoa, the Empire may have gotten away with one. Won by the Big Hawks, stretches up and trying to get to David Lane if he has enough speed. He does! Shot! Oh, and it rolled off his stick. Tries to center up again. Open chance, shot save! Parlanti got back just in time! Yeah, that extra second to settle the ball down may have just given Parlanti enough time to get back into position. It's little things like that that can turn the tide here. Shot just a little wide, coming from Brian Hooks. Another chance off the side of the net, off the point blank chance. And they will try to clear it down. Hooks and Modi. Modi will get it. He'll cross the blue line. Goes back to Murphy. Rearranges. Will try a shot through a screen. It's blocked. Nato will play off the boards and will tap it over to Matt Riordan. Left boards. Can't quite find an opening, so he decides to take the shot himself, and it's saved by Parlanti. Ethan will play off the boards, gets cut off by Ennis. They will play back down. Nato with control. He'll try a shot blocked, and it hits the ceiling. And I would expect that it's going to stay inside the Empire zone. Tie up goes to the Hawks. Shot, glove save. That one had eyes for the back of the net as Corrigan tried to center up. Yeah, hops the stick, settles it down. Shot, pad save. Back behind the net as the physical activity picks up. Back over to Ethan. He'll stretch it down, and this is not going to be an ice as it hits Cowan. And he'll stretch out to Brian Hooks, and it hopped him as Ethan was on the attack on the forecheck as a save by Parlanti off the shot from Chris Young. Back it goes to Hook, shot and blocked as it hits the ceiling. It is in the back of the net, but it got the ceiling first. Won by the Hawks at the point, shot just a little wide. Tries a rebound attempt. That also goes wide into the corner. Ethan and Chris Young. Back goes to Corrigan. Shot is blocked by Jacques. Tries to get his own shot back, and now over to Eric Hoffman for the Empire. Reich along with Ethan. He'll stretch it. Ethan Giangreco on the right corner. Trying to avoid Brian Hooks as the Hawks make a change. Is forced to give it away. Riordan on the attack for the Hawks. Gets triple teamed and taken away by Hoffman. Ethan gets a stick check, and it is Rayners the other way. Goes right to Riordan. He'll go on the attack. Shot saved by Parlanti and gets it away over to Ryan Reich as we approach the halfway point of the third period in game one. Poke check goes over to Ethan. Back to Modi. Gets tied up for a moment. Everyone digging in for control. Back to Modi for the Empire. Trying to reverse out of it. Gets checked and a penalty being assessed to Lee Rainers. And they're going to call interference against the Hawks, and it's another power play for the Empire.
How are you feeling? 30 seconds. All right.
So this is how the Empire got back into the game back in the semis. This could be a repeat if things go well. Try to set her up, looking for Murphy. She was not in the right position. Getting covered by Brian Hooks. Trying to get away. Hooks has control, tries to clear out off a foot. Back to Gino at the point. He'll wind up for a shot just wide. No one there to get the rebound as the Hawks will try shorthanded. Lane now gets a pass from Riordan. As they are just trying to kill off clock. As it goes back to Ennis and back to Hooks. That's pretty much what they're doing, just killing clock. As they will just push it down the floor, kill more time.
One your time, Robin.
Jocks will take his time now, go to Gian Greco. Stretch pass gets Murphy, so that waits off any potential icing. Attempted clear, will find, it's going to be, looks like Lane, it is. Gets covered by Steve Marino. All they're doing is just wasting time here. Short-handed chance save by Parlanti, and after having a good power play in the previous game, this was not what the Empire was looking for in their power play. Won by the Empire, trying to get around, cut off by Hooks. Trying to protect the ball as the door wasn't quite secure, but it didn't make any big impact on the game. Murphy crosses into the zone, now gets back to Reich, drop pass. Gino with a shot going wide, and covered by Cowan. And that should kill off the remainder of the power play. So Rainers back on the floor, back it goes to Marino, shot going high of the crossbar. Colleen Murphy will try back to the point now, push it back to Gino. He'll try a long distance shot, that goes wide. Murphy will push back. Hoffman tries centering pass, no one there. And sliding across was Brian Hooks, but it kept in by Gino, that goes wide. And it gets stuck on the back of the net. Actually, I think the net is off the moorings. Approaching 4:30 left as the face-off is actually going to be pushed back to the neutral zone. Tie up in the draw, and it is going to be the Hawks with control. Riordan, drop pass to Shepard, gets a poke check. Trying to push out was Colleen Murphy. Robin Jocks settles it down, trying to get an attack started, but misses everyone. It is an ice. 4 minutes left in regulation. The Hawks still with a 1-goal lead. Won by the Hawks, slap shot is blocked by Hoffman, and back over to the Hawks zone. They tag up. Empire reset, Jocks goes left, hops the foot of Eric Hoffman. Poke check back to Steve Marino. As the Empire, I know they've been getting some good chances and they need to get something going here. They'll just push to the opposite corner. Race between Ethan and Lee Rainers. They get tied up. Trying to get away and over to the corner. Murphy trying to fight for control for the Empire. Does pop out, back over to Jocks. He'll try a shot that's blocked. Lost sight of it, and we'll go over to the opposite boards. Kept in by Hoffman. Marino with a shot going high. As Murphy was trying to settle for another shot, but it's going to be down on the floor for an ice, and the clock will stop at 2:52.
Good work, great shift.
Tie up on the draw and still looking for control. It pops out near the side, and Cowan had to make a stop. And he will try to come out. Everyone digging in as everyone settles down after the play. We have 2:42 left. And that is immediately cleared away by Hooks, but is this gonna just misses Parlanti, so it is an ice.
Come on, Ryan!
Tie up. It's gonna go to the Hawks. Still has to battle through one. Good job by Gino, but it's going to cross the center line anyway. Is right, trying to get away from Lane. They do push back to the Hawks zone. But with time winding down, the offense needs to get buzzing. It's going to be Rainers for the Hawks. Just avoids Brian Wright. Gets back to Gino. Shot and a save by Cowan. Is Lane goes down, looking for a call. They say no. Well, the Hawks have not been getting the calls their way this game, as that is covered by Cowan. And I'm sure the Hawks are pretty much wondering why they are not getting the calls. I couldn't quite see the trip from my angle, the feet at least. But so far, it really has not mattered, and a timeout has been called.
By Black, Pago.
Yeah.
It's the umpire that has called their timeout. 1:53 remaining in regulation. I start to wonder about the frustration level of the Hawks. They're doing all they can to protect that one-goal lead, and I know that getting a power play would be a best case scenario for them. They were just denied that opportunity. I mean, you can take a look at the play and see if you would have called that a trip. But they said that it was legal, so the Big Hawks are just going to have to try to work around it. And I'm sure that they will be going all out. I mean, they have been doing pretty well on the defensive side for this game. I mean, one of the big worries this game was on the back end.
I'm gonna, as we come at it, the offensive zone, I'm gonna come for Eric and Colleen. Okay, and the other one will come out. Yeah. Alright, so get ready.
So we're going to see what the umpire do. It looks like Berlanti is going to stay in the net for now.
Yeah.
As we get back underway and the Hawks have control, they clear down the floor. And is this going to be an ice? Yes, it is.
Speed, Robin. Okay. All that muscle. Yep.
They'll go back to the Hawks, try to clear, and that did not go so well as a shot and tipped wide. That was a good chance for the umpire as it will go into the right corner, attempt to clear, hits the ceiling, and the clock stops at 1:32. Well, Parlanti is still in the net for now, but we're going to keep an eye on him. And looking for a shot. Tried to center up, can't find anyone, and that's clear down the floor, and it will be yet another ice with 1:22 remaining. Won by the Hawks as these face-offs are getting more and more critical. Rayner's trying to get it away and nearly put it off his own goalie. Spins around and now will try to go for a break, but glove down. They want a pass call, but they ruled that they did not have an advantage from it, so we continue. A minute remaining and they're gonna call another ice. And Parlanti is walking towards the bench. Well, no, he changed his mind. He is halfway out of his crease. So for now, he's staying there for now. And looking for a shot, and that goes high from Reich as Parlanti heads to the bench. Extra attacker on, and the shot is covered by Cowan. Won by the Empire. Gino goes back to the Jacques at the point. Now goes right, tries a one-timer, rolled off the stick, didn't get a clean shot. David Lane tries to clear, and it'll be another ice. 38 seconds left.
All right.
It goes to Hawks, tries to backhand it out. Jock's trying to control it, gets cut off by David Lane. He will get it away to Baramoti. Trying to slow it down, gets cut off, regains from the circle. Now trying to shake off Chris Young, now goes right. Now crosses back over to Jacques with 20 seconds left. He'll try a shot, that is blocked. He'll settle it back down on the left boards. Lane trying to keep it to the outside. Now trying to kill that clock as everyone is digging in. 9 seconds left, and now they're gonna whistle it down. The rest are not gonna let them kill that much clock.
Hey, watch the spot, boys.
So 8 seconds left. So this may be the umpire's last chance here, but it's gonna have to be delayed as a timeout has been called by the Big Hawks. Well, I mean, they're not going to the bench. I think they just need a breath here. I mean, they're not discussing strategy from what I can see. But for now, pretty much just the main purpose is just protect the net. Well, I guess they're not going to take long for this timeout as they're already getting set for the draw. Getting tied up. Centers up, shot, stick goes flying, has a chance for Hoffman. He just cuts to the outside, save, and this game is only one game away, but it is far from over. They still have another game to play. But that game could have gone to either side, but the better team won this time. We'll be back with the wrap up. Well, put simply, the better team won this game. When you're in the A division level, you have to stand above adversity, even if it means that the refs don't get the calls your way. Big Hawks have been trying to kill these penalties and have been trying to get some calls themselves, but the calls really have been going their way, but that didn't really matter. And this is what you need to do when you're an A division team, is to get all that aside and just focus on your task. That's what they did, and are now just one game away from defending the title. So with that, we'll have game 2 coming up. And if the Big Hawks win, the series is over. If the Empire wins, we will go to a decisive game 3. So till then, this is Danny Wilson from XL Sports World. We'll see you next time around.
Let's try.
If you enjoyed this game, be sure to check out the other games here on our YouTube channel at Raleigh Street Hockey. Also be sure to check out our sponsors at allblackhockeysticks.com. You can get an all black stick for just under $100. Not a bad deal. Also be sure to check out our other sponsor, Hagen Hockey, which has some great hockey equipment for you. In order to get free shipping, just use the promo code Raleigh Street Hockey.